Welcome to a HiCAD short clip. This video is about creating user-specific dialogues for the element installation. More precisely about the dialogues for the installation of customer-specific elements. All variables assigned to such an element can be structured individually in the dialog. And to create a user-specific dialog, it is necessary first to create a corresponding installation element in HiCAD, model it, configure it, and save it as a variant. For example, we consider this variant of a drilling plate, then in the next step all used part variables must be exported into a CSV file. The HiCAD GUI creator is a convenient tool for configuring the dialog. We start the application HiCAD GUI creator app in the HiCAD X directory. After opening the previously exported CSV file, all variables assigned to the installation element are available to us there. The configuration of the dialog can be started then by dragging the variables into the dialog and adding further toolbox objects such as tabs, selection boxes, images, etc. to it. In our example, we first define a tab control with two tabs and assign an object of type topic group plus image group to this object. The names of various objects, for example the names of the tab pages, can be changed as required. In our example variant we have basically two areas: the sheet metal plate with rivets and the hole pattern. Both the sheet metal plate and the rivets are catalog entries that are configured differently in the variant. In the case of the sheet metal plate, the catalog entry has been converted using two variables, table ID and item ID, which is why we use the catalog entry toolbox objects, which are two variables, in the dialog here. In the case of rivets, the catalog entry has been defined as a list variable, so the variable can simply be dragged into the dialog here. In both cases, direct access to the catalogs is ensured. The other variables can then be dragged into the dialog as combo box, edit box or radio buttons, as in the case of the level of detail. For the plate, for example, we have three different display options. For example, no holes and rivets, the simplified display with only bore holes, or the exact display. You can define also conditions of visibility for the various dialog objects. For example, you can specify here that the selection of rivets is only visible in the case of an exact display. The spacing between the rivets can be defined as an edit box, for example. All we need to do here is drag and drop the appropriate variables into the dialog, define the names and preset the selection box. In principle, the same procedure can be used for the area of the bore pattern, but this shouldn't be further elaborated here. The next step is to create a corresponding GUI file, which is then displayed in HiCAD during element installation. This file is saved in the corresponding catalog for factory standards. Finally, the path for the GUI file has to be adapted via the catalog editor, as we see in the example, and the modified catalog must be saved. Now we want to test our dialog in HiCAD. For this purpose we start the element installation in HiCAD and select our drilling plate as the installation element. The previously defined dialog is displayed and you can check whether all variables are displayed correctly. If you choose the simplified representation, then the selection field for the rivets is not visible. The reason is the visibility condition, which we have defined in the HiCAD GUI creator. So much for the new editor for user-specific dialogues in element installation. Thank you for your attention. See you again next time.